This is Rebecca with the Cat and Rebecca Show, Keep It Real Estate. And today we're with Erin Furlong and the Adobe insurance brokers, and we're going to talk about hazard or homeowners insurance. And this is a little different than a home warranty, so I'm just going to kind of use the analogy of a car. If your car breaks down, you take it to the dealership because you have a mechanical problem, but if you're in an accident, you call your insurance company. So that's what your insurance coverage on a home's going to do, is for those hazards. So Erin's going to kind of explain what that entails.
So yes, you're correct. Homeowners insurance, also known as hazard insurance, you'll hear that. When you're in the process of purchasing a home, it's an extremely important component to protect the asset that you're purchasing. So it does matter how you intend to use the home. So if you're going to if it's your primary home, or if it's a rental, secondary, vacation home, and now it's so popular to have a short-term rental like an Airbnb or VRBO. Those are all separate insurance policies, but they are covering the home that you are buying. So what is homeowners insurance? So you're covering the home for a loss if there should be fire, if there's a big windstorm and there's damage to your home, or let's say your neighbor's tree falls onto your home, vandalism, theft, liability, if we have hail. So it's protecting the asset that you are purchasing. But what homeowners insurance is not, it is not an earthquake policy or a flood policy. Those are completely separate policies. So if you opt to not purchase earthquake insurance and there's damage to your home due to an earthquake, your homeowner's insurance would not pay out. But if you have earthquake insurance, then it would pay out. Same goes for flood. So if you're in a flood zone, you're going to find out. Your lender is going to tell you, in order to close escrow, we need a flood policy. So don't worry about that. If you don't hear anything about it, you're good.
Well, and even if you're in a flood zone and you're paying cash for a home, a lender won't require it, and you can actually buy a home without insurance, but we wouldn't recommend it.
Exactly.
But we would know it's in a flood zone just by looking at the flood map. And the other part of it, you kind of touched on that too, on some of the liability would be injury. So if somebody hurts themselves in the home, you would be covered against any lawsuits that way.
Right, and I'll talk about that when I go into the coverages, but absolutely, that is extremely important to cover yourself for the liability should there be a loss on your property.
Okay, so that explains what insurance is and isn't as far as the hazard. So now we're just going to go on separate topics and talk about what each of those policies are. So this is Rebecca with the Cat and Rebecca Show. Keep it real, estate.